and then we'll go to Zoom. Anyone has any questions first? James, your team tonight had, 12 steals. And you guys averaged something like 2.3, I think, a game. And so coming
We
off
average how much?
2.3 a game?
2.3 steals a game. That's it. That's not possible.
Yeah, that might.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
Either way, when you're coming off a back-to-back game and you need, heart from your team, were you pleased with things like that, with the heart that you got from your team tonight?
Yeah, our team has heart, so I appreciated it. Like, I appreciate the way we fall back, and under circumstances, it's you always want the team to set themselves up for a win. And if it comes down to executing at the end of the game, normally we've been good at that. And tonight we just fell short. But I appreciate the fight and the fact that, they fought themselves back, and it showed a lot of heart from us.
How much of tonight's late game execution was, just a lack of rest?
No, I don't know. The games are played, so we like in basketball and in pro sport, you can't, there's no excuses. So it is what it is, and we just, we're professionals. So that's the only thing that matters.
You went to your big three front court lineup with Z, Emma, and Candace. What was your thought in using that lineup and then switching to Becca late?
Dana was out. She had a little tweak. She'll be okay though. But and we just need a rotation. We want to go big, and we weren't attacking the rim like I wanted. So I felt like if we went big, we can get more stuff at the basket.
And then Becca's late game steal for the go-ahead layup. Is that kind of play the reason you put her back in the game late?
Yeah. Beck is a part of our ultimate rotation. She's built enough stock in this league to finish games for us, and she has at some points. And it's just about who we thought was the most complimentary to be on the floor to actually win the game at tonight. So, and we thought that she gave us a big chance of winning.
James, that last play, I'm guessing you drew up to get Candace a good look, and
you
can't get much better than that.
Can't get much better.
Shot.
Yeah, we drew it up specifically for that. We had some action that if it depended on how we had double side action, so it depended on how they would play it. But it's the that's the play we would want. That's the play. We have a 5'11" player on her, and 9 times out of 10 she makes that. So I thought it was a good look. We just didn't get it, but it's fine. I'm comfortable going to her in those situations every time, so it's fine.
And New Yorkers just, they seem to be desperate. Obviously, they needed a way to stay alive, and Sabrina made a play down the stretch the other way.
Yeah. She made a good play. I think we got to do a better job of just not fouling. I think we did some stuff to kind of compound where it put us behind the 8 ball. Can't put anybody to the free throw line at that point. Got to knock down free throws. Got to, we did certain things that kind of fell in New York's favor. But last game here, it's the same thing, but it went our way. So it's those type of games, and those happen. So you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but you want to put yourself in a situation where you win more than not. We haven't lost the game by more than 3 possessions yet. So just, we want to put ourselves in a situation where we can separate, but we just didn't. Man, it happens. It happens. It's okay. We'll learn from it. Never lost. It's always lessons.
We'll go to Zoom. Mike Hughes from ASAP. Mike.
Hi, Coach. You kind of look at Rebecca's game, and we kind of talked about it earlier in the year, too, how she's kind of going unnoticed very early on in the season because she's not in the scouting reports, and a lot of people aren't very familiar with her game. To kind of see her transition into now these video game type stats during today's game, how can you kind of talk about how she's really just changed her game from not only a defensive presence, but a consistent offensive presence as well?
I think when she came in, I thought offensively, she would help us a lot. I think the issue is like when we have so many like versatile players that can put the ball in the hole, she doesn't want to disrupt that. I think she can look for offense even more sometimes, but I think she's just trying to make sure that the ball moves and that we're, and that she's making the right reads and the right cuts. So sometimes she's gonna, sometimes she's gonna have 16 points, sometimes she's gonna have 18 points, and sometimes she's gonna have 6. But we know that she's going to bring the same thing to us defensively, and we know she's going to bring that gravity with her cutting, with her running. And tonight was one of those nights where she put the ball in the hole. And but defensively, her presence is always needed, and we thought it was tonight.
And with the last couple of days being way more physical than we would normally like, how would you say the message in the locker room is right now, knowing that the next stretch of games are going to be very battle-tested teams? What's the overall message, just kind of with the next 3 days off?
I mean, it's a way. I thought this game was okay. Like I really thought this game was okay. I thought it was called. I thought it was physical, but I thought it was called okay. I have to look back at it, but I just thought the Dallas game was more physical than I've ever seen, and I just didn't think that was. I don't know. I just didn't think. I wasn't ready for that. I'll put it like that. I wasn't ready for the game to be called like that. So, but they called it how they see fit, and I thought, we did what we had to do. But I thought today was like okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Stephen Gardner, nuts and bolts.
How you doing, Coach?
All right.
So how did you spoke to like the quality of shots you guys were getting as far as not getting to the rim earlier in the game?
Yeah.
So can you speak to how you guys adjusted and eventually were able to flip that switch, and how you talk about the quality of shots you got after that early stretch?
I think I was trying to play call earlier in the game, and I was trying to, but me play calling was, I think, maybe slowing us down. So what I had to do is I just gave them a package and we flowed into stuff, and it was probably a little bit better. It kind of helped us kind of move the ball and attack the rim. We uncharacteristically, we had 16 assists, so they were going under a lot of stuff, and we were ready for. I think in the second half we kind of. We were better, but I think we probably got some sea legs a little bit because Dana was out. Like Julie had to play 34 minutes, 35 minutes, but we started to like punch the ball inside and just attack them, more put them on it. I think they were up like points in the paint by like 10 points at some point, and we ended up tying it up. And I thought we did a good job of that.
All right, last question. Oh, sorry, one more from Steven, and then the last one will go to Rafiq. One more from Steven.
Sorry about that. My last question is, so after the 08 start, what was your message to the team? Because this is the situation you kind of been in somewhat frequently, but you guys always bounce back and respond. So was there a different message that you had for them coming out of everything that you had today's game?
I told them the game started 3 minutes ago. I told them the game started 3 minutes ago. So now we can start too. And, we just had to get our legs under us. I think we weren't ready for the pace because it kind of takes you aback when you play these back-to-backs. So you have to like, okay, where's my body? How is it feeling? Like, and so once they got going, they were fine. It's just, we couldn't make the ball go in, but we tried our best. But I told them the game started.
All right, last final question. We'll go to Rafiq. Final question.
Speaking of not letting the ball go in, Coach, you only need three-point attempts out of the 24 attempts, which is really 12.5% for 3-point range tonight. Thoughts?
We missed shots. We missed shots. So we miss shots normally that we make. We've led the league in field goal percentage from basically the second week until now. So I think, sometimes these things happen. We get a layup at the end to win the game. And so I can't over exaggerate how, we had an off night, but at the end of the day, we still had a chance to win the game with a layup. And, we'll find ways to get better. Yeah.
Appreciate your insight. Good luck in the Commissioner's Cup.
Thank you, man.
All right, thank you, everyone. We'll have Kalia Copper and Rebecca Gardner up next. Please raise your hand if you
How you doing, Rebecca?
I mean, could be better, but I'm doing well.
You and Sabrina really had a night tonight. You guys shared some big moments on the court. How would you describe that battle between you two tonight?
Well, from my perspective, I know she's like the engine that makes their team go. So, I was just trying to do what I could defensively to slow her down, and and offensively too. I was going at her too. So like you said, it was a good battle, and it was fun. I like those kind of matchups, and it was fun tonight.
This team is obviously running on little sleep, and you guys had a great night defensively, getting 12 steals. You average, I think, 6.9 a game. And yeah, came up with some big stops late. Is there any kind of pride that the team takes in, the ability to keep the game close and put themselves in a position to win late?
Yeah, like you said, it's been a long couple of days. So, as a team, we were proud that like we still, although we didn't win the game, I think that we showed like some toughness and grit today, especially on the defensive end. And our goal is just to, build upon that. And it's all about the long-term goals. So we want to put the defensive and offensive uh, thing together, and this is just building steps for what the ultimate goal is. So, although it wasn't a win, we learned a lot today for sure.
And then, like, how much did you guys have to just like dig deep to pull out that performance? Some shots weren't falling. So what kind of discussion about, digging deep and putting together defensive stops to keep yourselves in the game did you have?
Yeah, well, there's going to be nights when shots don't fall, but I think as a team, we know that like defensively, like we have to be there every night, and especially when our shots don't fall, like we can rely on our defense, and I feel like that's what kept us in the game today. And like you said, kept us close. Um, so yeah, definitely that has to be consistent for us.
Last two, we'll go to Steven and then Mike. So Steven first from Nuts and Bolts.
Hey, Rebecca, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
All right. So, first question offensively. So you are excellent with your timing on cuts and just generating offense based off of movement. So is that something that you typically like seek out? Is that like a read and react thing, or is that something that you typically just do off the field more than anything else?
I feel like since I naturally do it, but I think with this team, with all the great passers, I'm able to look for it more. So I think it's a little bit of both. Like our post can pass, we have great point guards as well, so they can find me easily. So yeah, I would contribute it to a little bit of both.
And then, so you had, of course, you spent a lot of time playing overseas. So I'm sure that's where you kind of honed in even more so on the defensive skill. So do you like reflect back on any of those moments or times that you had over there and kind of apply them moments over here back in the W to continue having more success on the defensive end?
Yeah, I mean, also I think sometimes defense is about effort, like, and I kind of like zone in on that, and also about the scouting report. Like I really study the scouting report. Although some of the players are familiar with me or I'm familiar with, I'm still a rookie in the league, and there's still a lot of things that I'm learning along the way. And so yeah, I would say overseas kind of has helped me, but then we have like Candace who like gives me little tips on like what certain players like to do, and then the scouting report from the coaches. So I think it's a combination of a few things.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Last one, we'll go to Mike Hughes from ASAP. Mike.
Hey, Rebecca, today you were kind of everywhere on the court. It felt like you were everywhere at once defensively, and you were really reading the right plays. What kind of goes into that furthermore than just the scouting report that allows you to kind of be everywhere you need to be at the right time?
Well, I think I know Sabrina, for example. Like for New York to win, she needed to play well. So my goal today was to slow her down, and like I said, I kind of like read the scouting report and study the players a little bit. And then I know we had a back-to-back, so I knew I would have to come off the bench and, give that extra energy and extra boost to the starters. And I just tried to do that the best that I could.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I just have one more quick one. That last play, Sabrina's layup for the free throw, like what, can you talk us through that play? What did you see?
Well, I was trying to force her to the right side, and then she did a hesitation move, and from what I remember, she went up and might have bodied me a little bit, but I just have to do a better job of like being exaggerated of like putting my hands up. But I mean, plays like that happen, so we still. I think we just have to learn from it. I know I have to learn from it too. It's been a couple of games where that's happened, so I think that's about guarding the best player at the end of the game, and then just being wise with showing my hands up exaggerated. But it's better that it happened now, so I can learn from it, and moving forward, I won't do it again.
Yeah, it didn't seem like you hit her hand or anything. It seemed more like body contact.
Yeah, and yeah, I have to rewatch the play, but I was trying not to foul her, but like I said, I think I have to do it exaggerated, especially being a rookie too. I think that sometime I need to like really show it, so there's no question about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, thanks, Rebecca. We'll have Kalei Copper up next.
that are out of your guys' control?
I'm like, do I have on lipstick?
No, James said the same thing.
Okay, cool. All right. Sure.
I know travel is out of your guys' control, but how different does this game go if you guys have a little bit more energy late?
I'm not about to come here and make no excuses. If you look at the game, it's a lot of things that we just could have done better. We missed a lot of shots. Missed a lot of shots. Missed some layups early on. Trying to be disciplined down the stretch. So I think it was a lot of factors. We're also it's a lot of things you could just say we did, but I mean I'm not about to make no excuses. Like I said, I just think that it's the little things that we got to focus on when we come in on a back to back. You got to focus in that much harder and be that much more disciplined. So I think it definitely stings, but we have a next one up mindset. Not gonna stay in it too long. It's over.
You guys are averaging 6.9 steals per game, had 12 tonight. So how much pride do you take in just the hustle plays out there despite, playing on such a lack of sleep?
It says a lot about what we can do. I think that there was a stretch in the fourth where we were really getting after it, and we buckled down because our offense wasn't going. So we knew we had to turn up our defense, and when we put our minds to it and we really lock in on it, we can do it. So I was just like proud of us how we turned it on in the fourth.
And then how much confidence do you all have in each other? I know you talk a lot about on any given night, it's any player's game, but tonight Rebecca comes off the bench, has that steal for the go-ahead layup. Obviously, late game moments change that, but how much confidence do you guys have in each other in those late game moments?
I think top to bottom, we have confidence in everybody, and I think this team, it was put together so well. Like we talk about all the time, everybody has a role in this team, and any given night it could be somebody coming off the bench and having to contribute. And that's the good thing about this team is that everybody is always ready and embracing what they bring for the team. So I just love how Rebecca came in and she gave us all that she had. When somebody, like if I'm not hitting shots or Allie's not hitting shots, we can go to our bench and not be like, okay, Kyle, Allie's not hitting shots, we have nothing. Like, no, we have plenty. Like we can go down the line. So I think that's what makes us a really good team is that we can go to our bench and still be confident and feel good about it.
Mike from ASAP, Mike Hughes.
Hey, Kyle. A little bit more of a personal question tonight. I saw Vanessa Bryant was in attendance today, sitting courtside, and to be able to have her there and still have the Kobe Bryant legacy and just the Bryant family as a whole, still kind of contributing to the WNBA and being a part of that. What does that mean for you, especially being from Philly, where Kobe's from, and just knowing that everything they're trying to do to help impact the WNBA growth?
I just have so much respect for her. For her to be able to come out and sit courtside and watch us play. Gigi loved this game, and if she was here today, she would be playing basketball. So I know how hard it is for her to sit there and watch us play. So I think that I just admire her strength, and I just have so much respect for her for being able to come out here and really support the WNBA and support women's basketball, period. So I just have so much respect. I just don't know how she just find the strength every day or to be able to even come out here and support us.
And to talk a little bit about your scoring ability on all three phases of your scoring, you've just been a lot more consistent and a lot more confident. I've noticed, in the second half of this season, and I know the back injury was kind of something that was lingering for a little bit. But what has it been for you to just be able to be so consistent and just so confident in all of your shots?
I think it's important for me to prepare. It's all in the preparation, me getting up extra shots and feeling good in practice and feeling good when I'm preparing so that when the moment comes, when the games comes, I'm already confident because I prepared. So I just want to be able to be that consistent person for this team, whatever it is, defensively, offensively. but be consistent at bringing the energy and bringing whatever the team needs on that night.
Thanks, Kyle.
Last one, we'll go to Stephen Gardner. Stephen?
What's going on, Kyle? So when you guys have those slow starts and James had to take those early timeouts, when you guys come out of that, or not even his message, but your message amongst the team, do you guys typically look to get things flowing with your defense, or do you guys typically look to execute even more offensively to start getting the ball?
Well, it depends on how the start went. Today we were turning the ball over, so we were in control of things that were happening. So when we came to that timeout, we just looked at each other like, stop turning the ball over. And it was easy. It was a quick adjustment for us to go out there and take care of the ball. And we can't score if we don't have the ball. So we just talked about taking care of it early. They went on a quick 8-0 run. It was nothing for us. It was like we came to the bench not upset, like, okay, like the game has started. We're here. Like, come on, like, let's get going. So it was a quick fix for us, We're pretty experienced.
And last question for you. So did you feel like maybe was it tactically or schematically, was it anything special or different from the last time you guys faced Liberty that was done this time around, kind of think around any sort of the edge?
I mean, we playing without our point guard. It was nothing else is different. We playing without Sloop.
All right.
Can I
Thank
get a
you.
question in?
Sorry, last question. No, we're good. Thank you. Thanks for joining, everyone.